what dating advice actually makes things worse. Follow your heart. I know it sounds inspiring and really romantic, and many people like this dating advice, but why this is actually a really bad dating advice? Because it sets unrealistic expectations. Instead of trying to get to know your date better, instead of working on chemistry and actually trying to build a connection, because connections are built, they're not just simply found, especially if we're talking about romantic connections, you just wait for a signal. You wait till your heart whispers to you that this person in front of you is the one. And some people wait for this signal when they see the photo, or for example, when they scroll through dating profiles, let's say on Tinder. For example, they wait for the signal when they start texting, or for example, when they start talking on phone. And on the first date, instead of actually working on building this connection, they wait for this signal and it never comes, and they try to see this connection. They wait for this sparkle sign from heavens, heart, stars, etc. They're not building chemistry, and they dismiss their date as not the one because their heart is silent. If only this person had a different mindset, and instead of waiting for the heart to whisper something or the stars to give you a signal, this person would have invested some effort into this date. This person would try to actually talk and listen to their date. Try to joke, flirt, build this connection. Of course, the date would have felt that, oh, this man, he actually tries to make this date work. He is actually listening to me. He is asking interesting questions. He's telling jokes. He is giving me compliments. He's actually attentive and present. And of course, when we feel that the other party is interested, pretty often we want to reciprocate. We see that, okay, he is so invested, I want to actually get to know him better. And you know what? First date can lead into a second date, then third date, and chemistry can actually appear on the date number 4th or 5th, because you already have learned more about each other, you have got to know the context about this person in front of you, you have piqued her curiosity about you, because you actually have given her a chance to get to know you better, because you were present on the date, you are flirting, and you have showed interest. Because when we see that the other party is not that interested, well, he's passive, he's not really there, like the first idea is, why should I bother? But very often people want to listen to their hearts, they want to follow their hearts, and when they don't feel or don't see that signal that, oh, she is the one right on the first date, they dismiss a great candidate. They don't give themselves a chance to actually get to know this lady, and she might be a good candidate with great potential, and instead a man or a woman chooses to go on 20 plus new first dates. There is still no signal. Heart is silent, because you are doing it all the wrong way. Your attitude is wrong from the very beginning. You wait for this chemistry, love just to happen. You wait for your heart to whisper to you that she is the one, and only after that you believe that you will start investing effort, time, you will start flirting, but it doesn't work like that. So instead of actually being present and trying to build this chemistry and giving a lady a signal that you are interested and invested into this process to get to know her better, that you want to go out with her on a second or third date, that you are here long term and not just for one date, and you are not waiting for this insta click, that usually doesn't happen in real life. And people who later on tell that, oh, I felt it in my heart that she was the one, it's called pink retrospective in psychology. So they exaggerate after they have built a relationship, a meaningful, lasting relationship. Yes, they can feel that they knew it from the start, but in real life it was not like that. So if you are the type of a person who went out with 15 different ladies and you are talking to 20 new people online per week, trying to get that signal, trying to listen to your heart, what it will whisper to you, I have bad news for you. You won't get that signal that you want to feel. You won't get that message that she is the one, and now you can actually start pursuing her because you know for sure that she is the one. No, this attitude is wrong, and it will lead you only to wasted time and heartbreak. People often ridiculously romanticize first impression and first dates. They want to feel chemistry, they want to feel the signal that this person is the one right on the first date, or better, right when they see the dating profile, the picture, or from the first text messages, from the first "Hi, how are you?" And such people, they usually dismiss the idea that chemistry should be built, that you can't just find love on the date. You go to the date and there is this huge love like in the movies. No, they dismiss this idea because they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. Because you know what? If chemistry will just happen and your heart will tell you everything you should know, then you don't need to work on your communicational skills. You don't need to become better at texting, flirting, cracking jokes. You don't need to learn more about her body language and your date's wishes and preferences. All you have to do is just show up, and your heart will lead the way. And of course, it's a very juvenile position because you're not ready to actually take responsibility for your own choices, for your own actions, and therefore very often people with this attitude to, oh, just follow your heart, the heart will tell you, the heart knows what it wants. Usually they end up in very unhealthy situationships instead of healthy relationships. Every year we get a male client who hires us, pay our fees, only to stick to his Tinder approach. So he's looking for a perfect picture, he's looking for this click with the profile when his heart would tell him that she is the one, she is just perfect. And of course it doesn't work like this. And usually we interview lots of ladies, and after, for example, 25-30 interviews, you pre-select a lady who shares his values, long-term goals, match his criteria, like for example age group, desire to have or not to have kids, level of education, location. We suggest him to have a date with her and he dismisses her because, for example, I just don't feel it in my heart when I look at her photos. I'm not excited by her pictures. So he dismisses 5-10 great candidates. Lots of work that we do and just for nothing. Then usually we convince him to start going out on dates because you are looking for a perfect profile. You could have done that on Tinder for free. Like, it makes zero sense to hire a matchmaker and to stick to your old ways that were not working for you. So we convince him to go out on a date or to have a video date with a lady. And of course, his attitude doesn't change. He complies. He said that, okay, I'm not excited about her profile. I'm not excited about meeting Tatiana, but I will comply. And with this attitude, he goes out or he has a video date only to tell us that, you know what, I was right, like my heart was not telling me that she is the one, and after talking to her, I don't feel any potential. And of course there was no chemistry during that date because he didn't bother to build it. He didn't flirt with the lady, he didn't try to get to know her better, he didn't give her any reasons to get to know him better because she felt it that he was not interested from the start. It was like he was giving a favor to us, to the universe, to that lady by meeting her to prove that his heart was right and she was not the one, when in reality he didn't even bother to get to know her better. He has dismissed a great candidate from the start just because he didn't want to do any work like flirting, communicating, getting to know the lady, giving her a chance and a reason to actually try to get to know him better. Because you know what? Usually we like people who like us. When we see that the other party is actually interested, invested, and shows interest, is optimistic about this date, and is happy to see us, of course, usually normal people, they feel better and they relax. But when the lady sees it that from the very beginning he's bitter and disappointed and with Everything, like his body language, everything he says, his attitude, he shows that he doesn't want to be there. Of course, there won't be chemistry. If a man was 17, a teenager who wants to get this signal that she is the one, who is still exploring his sexuality, what he finds attractive, and he still learns to communicate, to flirt with the opposite sex, and for him, flirting, connections, it's all so complicated, then it would have been adorable. At 17 years old, listens to his heart and he wants to get the signal, because he's not looking for a wife. He is just exploring his options, his sexuality. He tries to learn more about the girls. But when we are talking about a man who's 32 or 45 and he wants to get that insta click with the photo, you know what? It's actually sad, and let's be honest, it's pathetic. Like, you are 32 or 45, aren't you looking for a life partner? Aren't you looking for a woman who can become your wife, or mother to your future kids, and you are not ready to take responsibility for your own choices and actions? You want your heart or the universe or stars to give you a signal that she is the one? You want those butterflies magically create the chemistry while you do nothing? Like, really? If you're looking for a serious relationship, if you're looking for a life partner, you have to be responsible. You have to be ready to take responsibility for your own actions and choices. And when you dismiss a great candidate because, for example, on photo you see that her eyes are green and not brown, or for example, you like this picture but not so much the other one, or she doesn't look like Megan Fox, well, your attitude screams shallow. Your heart should follow your brain. You should be looking for a person who has similar values, similar long-term goals, who has showed mutual interest. And this woman has showed that she wants to get to know you better. And only after that you explore this chemistry. If you can build this chemistry, develop this chemistry together, you can explore this attraction. You can actually increase this attraction by spending time together and getting to know each other better, by creating romantic settings. But instead, many people, they just want to show up on a date or just see a picture, and they should feel this insta love, insta chemistry. Unfortunately, so many men and women still have this juvenile beliefs that just because you find his or her photos hot, she will be compatible. As a conclusion, I know that this advice that you should follow your heart, it's so romantic and inspiring, and they show it this way in Hollywood movies and novels. But in real life, if you are looking for a life partner, you can't just rely on the stars or whatever you have eaten for breakfast and this influence some movements in your stomach. You have to be logical and smart, and you have to take responsibility for your own choices and actions. I hope it was helpful. I wish you lots of smart love. My name is Svetlana Mucha. I am the founder and the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com boutique matchmaking service. Right now is the moment to press like to this video, to subscribe to our channel if you want to get weekly new videos with practical dating tips and advice. And also, if you like our content, you can support our channel by becoming a sponsor. There is the link below this video. If you want to learn more about our matchmaking process, also there will be the link below this video. I want to wish you lots of love.